Well, you don't have to make that motion, but she calls and asks. Okay,
It's back on it.
so we are back in open session. And we are on item 4C, which is discuss and consider directing McPherson and Jacobson to invite select applicants to an initial interview in the position of superintendent. So as everyone knows, we just came out of extensive executive session, and we vetted many candidates, and we have come down to a list of folks to invite for initial interviews, and we'll need a motion to direct McPherson and Jacobson.
I move that McPherson and Jacobson invite the candidates discussed in executive session to an initial interview for the position of superintendent.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Poole, second by Mrs. Roth, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Right, very good. Moving on. Item 4D. Discuss and consider the structure of the community leadership meetings to introduce finalists for the position of district superintendent. So this is in regards to the finalists, not to the semi-finalists that we just talked about. And we talked about this before sometimes, but how do we want this structure to go? We have Barry, we have
In our previous discussion, we discussed 3 panels, 2 community forums, 1 for staff, 1 for community, and then the final interviews with the board.
we all still in agreement with that.
Yes.
And as far as the actual, you want to talk about the actual structure of the day, or?
Yeah, just want to confirm, I know that you said next week is final, it's not. I just want to make sure May 3rd is still good for everybody on the first round, and then May 11th on the second.
Yes.
And not beginning with
What'd you say? Not any earlier than 4 o'clock, right?
Because of me, yes. I'm sorry.
That's what we agreed to.
Sorry, everybody.
On both ends.
Yeah.
Yep, just confirm.
But did we decide that we talked about a couple different structures of doing those forums? Are we going to do them sort of like a round robin, or are we going to do that afterwards? And we end up settling on.
Well, I thought one of the things that we talked about, making sure that it was open and not, not by invite, that it was open to anybody who wanted to. So just reiterating that. And that,
Well, it's sort of a combination of the way I look at it. In other words, we will invite certain folks. I think we should. People that came to the summit,
You mean like personally invite?
yeah,
Like
send them an email, but
Yeah.
then also put it out there in publications and on social media, whatever, on the website, that this is available. So anyone can come.
Yeah, I agree with that.
and then the other thing that I understood was that they would be facilitated.
Yeah.
The other thing that we talked about was giving people an opportunity ahead of time to submit questions through an electronic format. But that those would be vetted through us, and that some may or may not be selected, but just giving people the opportunity to have questions. Is that
An opportunity or a requirement? Are you making it a requirement to see the questions before they're asked?
we're not going, what my understanding is we're not going to take questions from the floor.
Correct.
We're going to
Okay.
have, they're all being predetermined. So getting those ahead of time and folding those into the base that we have and trying to have a good, robust set of questions for Alex. For the community forum and for the staff forum.
Okay, makes sense.
And then for you as a board, that was a question that I had for your finalist committee. Don't know how many candidates there will be yet. You want an hour, more than an hour what do you think that you're gonna want for your final time? And
I personally would want to do more than an hour because I'm already going to do 2 hours prior to that. So, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think an hour should be enough and we'll just have, it'll be a little bit different focus and a little bit deeper set of questions maybe.
and then on the same thing that night, so we start at 4 o'clock, we'll rotate candidates through to different forums, of which there will be 3 panels. So if there are 2 finalists, then somebody will have an hour rest, or somebody will start later. So however that works out, just to make sure on the scheduling part, and we'll work very closely with Kate on the scheduling.
Okay.
Do you have 2, say, good-sized facilities here to do the forums? The board interviews, no problem because you got your room, but
We could use this room for one and the transportation room for another, and then where we were could be where the board has their meeting.
sure.
So yes,
Well, I was thinking you could almost even do, well, one's in here, the other one's there, and then they flop. Take a half an hour break and then we start our interview.
well, I think,
So have them go and do those first, and then start the board
Yeah.
interviews.
Yeah.
So do 4 to 5 and then 5:15 to 6:15.
Mhm.
And then start the board interview at 6:30.
Yep.
To 7:30, and then 7:45 to 8:45. If you have 2, if you have
Yeah.
3 candidates,
That's, I mean, we got no other choice, that's how,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Thoughts?
yeah.
sure. So is that for 2 finalists? Is that what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So couldn't finalist A start
Right.
transportation, finalist B start here, and then
They rotate.
And then finalist B goes to the board, oh, but we wouldn't want the community to have to wait, or the staff, so that,
But if there's 3, there's 3 different locations and say we do have 3 candidates, then,
if there's 3 finalists,
Yeah.
yes,
it's a lot
but
easier with 3.
yeah.
2's fine. If there is 2, can we start earlier since the constraint is on a board member, not on? I mean, we talked about staff. Would 3:30 be possible?
To start for the
staff?
community, you mean?
You're gonna have them
Or
going,
me.
you're gonna have flip flop. Is that
Yeah.
too early?
No, why don't we start at 3, because school gets out, for some schools, they get out at 2:15.
And when's the latest anybody gets out? You wanna have.
What is the 11th? Is that a Wednesday?
No, it's a Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Yeah,
Let's
but
make it
if you
with
start
Wednesday.
that community one before people get off work, they're gonna complain.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, let's stick with 4,
But the staff one, though, could start the staff.
but they start at the same
You're
time.
gonna start at the same time, otherwise you're talking about super long.
At the same time.
At the same time, if there's 2.
So we know the format that we want to do, the 3.
Hold
Should
on.
we wait to see what finalists we have and then put the schedule together?
Yes, after next week.
That way, if you need me to get off early, I can, yes.
Great
Yes.
suggestion, thank you.
All right. So do we have what we need now for item 4D? This moment.
do we want to talk about who we're inviting, because this is 2 weeks away? No, not the candidates, the people that we're inviting to participate in the staff or
Well-
community, because we need to invite them now so that they can make arrangements. It's only 2 weeks away.
Use the list for the summit
Yeah, I thought that's what we're
invitation.
gonna do.
Okay,
Use a list for the summit and anyone else that showed up to the forums already. Do we have a list of those people? Not forums, the.
no, I'll probably just make another flyer to put out on
You wanna be
Facebook then.
real transparent and say, come on, people, you wanna come? Turn your questions in, we'll format them.
Would we also,
Be careful, but
would we also be able to do these on video too, so people can log in to see it if they're not able to be here?
Yeah, we talked about a hybrid, right?
You know, just a camera in the back and it's filmed so that they can log online.
For the community one, yes. But for the board one, no.
What
No,
about
not the
for
board.
staff?
We might be able to do both.
Okay.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
So you're looking at ballpark, probably maybe 20 questions, because that's 3 minutes a pop, and there's your hour. And then.
It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't, I mean, don't,
The forum?
yeah.
Yeah.
You want more or less?
No.
I already know the answer, but you gotta
don't
get,
know what I
if
want.
people are gonna drive down here and they wanna feel that they have, they're in
Right.
I think an hour is probably pretty standard, 45 minutes.
hour.
Okay, all right, thanks.
You say an hour to answer the questions that you've chosen quicker, maybe it's 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe if you schedule it for an hour.
I agree.
All right. Have it there. And we still have some, depending on how many candidates we end up with, that could change. So I don't think we need a motion on that either. So, announcements, next scheduled meetings. There we go. May 3rd, 4 o'clock, initial interviews for hiring of the superintendent. May 9th, 5:30 is a regular board meeting, those. And, May 11th, say tentative, but that's what we sort of set aside. May 11th at 4 o'clock, special meeting, finalist interviews, and forums. Correct? Okay. Anybody have anything else? No? Now we can leave.
Just a concluding comment is I'm really appreciative and a lot of gratitude for the board for your work tonight. I think it was very insightful and, just the time that you gave to really take a thorough look at the candidates. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right back at you.
And it's exciting.
A ton of work that made our job much easier.
It's exciting time, and I think we've got a good one. It will be competitive, my word.
All right, that's good. That's what we want. That's what you want. All right. Okay, well, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Wall, second by Mrs. Roth, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Wow.
Oh, I thought we'd be here much.
6 years, he finally hit the under.
I did, I wanted George Lowe's.
Yeah,
I really, I said like 11.
that's not true.
Sure. Well, you know what? We're cursing ourselves with what we're doing. Because when it comes
Oh, I know,
to the
that's-
questions.
I know, I don't like that either, but. Anybody micro reward, check and cover.
Yes.
Well, it's just about time now.
Thank you.
No.
Have a lovely
This is what I was gonna do.
Oh.
Keep that for next week.
Good
Good night. There you go. Good night.